Again? We did this again?
I had a feeling, bro. I had a feeling. I swear. I was like, she's gonna wear it.
We did this again. So that's what we'll be going over. So like digital business cards, really what they are, why we prefer them, how you can appeal to different types of clientele. Of course, if you guys have questions at all, please put them in the chat, because for our Notary Power Hour lunches, obviously we have a main subject, but if you guys have any questions that arise, please ask them now or forever hold your peace. So definitely ask your questions so you can get them answered here on the live. We do post the lives if I don't cuss too much.
Yeah.
We do post them.
I have to work on today's post for live.
So they go on YouTube. Yeah, they go on YouTube. They're too long to be posted on IG.
The last one we posted was yesterday's.
Okay, awesome. So yesterday's is already up. What is a digital business card? It's basically an electronic version of your your actual business card. So obviously anybody who has a business, they have regular paper business cards, right? Hopefully you have a QR code. And we're going to speak about the importance of a QR code. So your QR code on your business card should lead to your digital business card. Why do I say that versus it leading to a website or a landing page or social media? Because if it leads to your digital business card, you can update that all the time. And you can lead clients wherever you want them to go, no matter what stage you're in your notarial journey. So when you're building your notarial foundation, especially if you link with us and we tell you how to exactly build your foundation, you're going to be doing little things like claiming all your social media pages, claiming things like that to make sure you're establishing your business name, creating a landing page. What happens if you start with a free Google My Business landing page, and then as you grow, you're like, you know what, I want a website.
Right.
But now I'm going to have to reprint all these business cards because now I have a website and now I decided I'm going to be a TikTokian. Yeah. And that wasn't your thing when you printed your business cards. So, but your digital business card, you can put all that information in there. So as you grow, as you change, you're not having to do things like reprint business cards. You're not having to do things as to repurpose and restructure. Yeah. You don't have to because it updates right away. I love digital business cards. I have two different digital business cards for different aspects, but the main one, which I've grown to love, is hhow. It is free. And who doesn't love things that are free? It is free. It's easy for you to change your profile picture, put wherever you want to link them to. So a website, your email addresses, how to contact you particularly. You can upload little PDFs or call to action. So your call to actions you're putting on your Google My Business, or special promotions that you're having with people that take pictures of your QR code. Something like 10% off your standing coupon that's on your business, which I'm not going to go into unless y'all ask because that's a class. But with your digital business card, which I use my digital business card more so than not. So I have my regular business cards that I keep with me all the time. That little pouch right there is my notary pouch. It's there to go because I have the Trap House is trapping. Yes, the Trap House is trapping. The Trap House has a full schedule today. People are actually doing call aheads for the Trap House. Like the Trap House done
You
blew
got me
up.
considering, bro. You got me considering because the person that called me this morning is here. He's in my little neighborhood, 5 minutes away, and I was like, would he be willing to come to me?
Yes, they would, because they get to stay in their vehicle. They don't want to get out. There's no line. They're making the appointment.
You had a line
playing field.
You had a line though. Did you have a line yesterday?
I had a line yesterday. I was tired. And I'm gonna have a line. So I have like
that's
this one
motivating
truck.
AF though, because it's like now you realize like, wow, I really turned this into something major. Like I have a line of people literally sitting in their cars happily at my house paying me to walk out my doorstep. Like that
Listen,
is
this morning, let me tell you, I had a full estate planning package pull up in front of the house.
for real.
Big truck, both witnesses in the truck, both
They had
witnesses,
something to
the
do, child. They were
signers,
trying to
and
get
a
somewhere.
translator. I'm like,
They had a
okay,
translator?
yeah, because they were Spanish speaking, and I needed to just make sure.
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
You don't have to answer it if you don't want to. What's the minimum you charge for that? Like for like the full estate planning?
If I'm going to them or if
Minimum.
they're coming to me.
If you're going to them, because nobody's doing what you're doing, so it has to
So
be what
depending
everybody else
upon
is
the
doing.
pack, but what documents is it? The funeral arrangement? Is it power of attorney? Is it the
What was in your package?
directive? Is it just a general warranty deed? Is it a will?
The one you did.
So how much did they pay me to pull up in front of my house?
Or you can give a
For two
minimum amount.
stamps? For 2 stamps, $125.
Is that because of what came in it? Like you said, the will, funeral arrangements, all of that. Was all of that extra stuff in there? Do you kind of add
It's
to
not
it?
extra because it was all in the thing. It didn't change the trajectory of the paperwork.
Mm-hmm. Spoiled.
I am spoiled. It's so bad. I really am
But
spoiled.
it's a good thing to spoil yourself, though. That's not a
I'm
problem.
so spoiled because
I'm
like
happy for you, girl.
the ability to pivot and to change is like it's awesome. And the fact that like it expands so much, and then the expansion. So we're already talking about expanding the trap house.
Okay, what's up? Is it are we talking about a part 2 possibly then? If you're expanding?
There will be a part 2 after, but after I expand and I try out the expansion methods, then it becomes a class.
Yeah.
I don't just make classes based on ideas. Like, I gotta try it first.
True.
Like, I'm like Ray J. I gotta hit it first.
Yeah, definitely.
Figure out if it works.
Like him.
I can't be out here, like, leading people down the wrong path because, like, it don't work like that.
Yeah, I would feel horrible if I were that person. Like, that's how I did with my YouTube. I was like, I'm not going to ever sit on here and talk about... If I don't have experience in it, I'm giving you all the resources you need to do it. But I'm definitely not going to tell you, oh, you can make this much money doing this, and I'm not even doing it. That doesn't
that's
make any
stupid.
sense.
That is so stupid. And a lot of people do that, and then they promote their businesses like in fear. They'll be like, "Did you know about JF99? Did you? Did you touch it? No. So shut up." Like, I can't take it. But whatever. In other words, we are expanding the trap house. We're trying it. The trap house is doing great.
Big things are happening, huh?
I'm excited about the trap house. We have big things happening the end of this month.
Are you utilizing the garage?
Part of the expansion methods.
Girl, I done spit out my food.
Part of the expansion methods.
That's not a bad idea, though.
It's so not bad, and it's like it's part of the expansion method. I'm just so excited.
Oh, I was right.
You are. It's part of it, but it's gonna be like a whole like full thing, which I love that, and then like integrating other skills as well, and utilizing every part of your household, because my man's got skills and certain availability, and that needs
is he a builder
in the trap house as well?
Huh? He be building, right?
He's an engineer.
But he's good with like hammers and all of that.
Yeah, he's good with building and mechanics, and he's an engineer.
Dang, yo.
It's like when he talks about stuff, I'm like, you're such a nerd. Like, I'm like, but
have no idea what's going on.
I really don't, because it just sounds like yippity doo dah. I don't know what it means.
Just be supportive, girl. Just be supportive. Shoot. Yeah, I got you, babe. Love you.
But that's like it's super dope. Like the way that everything is going with the trap house. We're actually teaching about the trap house tomorrow night. And then we're going to be here for notarial corrections. That'll be fun. We still have to figure out how we're going to do that. I don't know if we just going to hold up the screen or something. I don't know. We're going to figure it out.
If I have to just pull it up and just like a slide.
Yeah.
Because I mean, this showed up pretty clear, right? I think I have to change. Can you
No,
read
it
that
shows
straight,
up
or is
clear.
it backwards though?
Yeah, it's backwards.
Okay, I'll have to change my mirror settings. The rear facing mirror or something on my phone. I can change that.
Yeah, because if we do
Yeah.
that, then we can go into, because I want them to actually see the notarial corrections, because again, you could say a million things, but it's a matter of like what's going to stick.
Mm-hmm.
But it
Sure,
is
I'm gonna
what
write
it
on a
is.
big old piece of paper. With a
Right,
marker,
just
I
the
mean,
actual
shoot.
notarial acts. But yes, so as you saw, what she was putting up there is her digital business card.
Yeah.
With her digital business card and with mine as well. Like, you'll see that I utilize my digital business card so much, because even with the trap house and everything else, if anybody wants to pay, obviously I have my invoicing app that I can invoice them directly and they'll get the invoice via text message. Or if they want to pay me via PayPal, Zelle, Venmo,
Mm-hmm.
Cash App, any other payment method, they're able to just click. I'm not giving them the username or the phone number or hoping they get it right. Everything is linked in there and they can choose what they want. Also, like certain social media values that I want my clientele to see, depending upon the stipulations and everything. As you see with my page on TikTok, it's wherever. Sometimes personal, sometimes business, sometimes everywhere. I don't know. But it makes it a lot easier, and the convenience factor is there for all
Yeah, it
aspects.
does. It
Now, if you
does. It
have an
clears
older
everything up.
clientele, there's going to be people that you meet. Like, there's so many people that I meet to where they ask for my business card and I give them my business card. And then they're like, oh, well, what's this on the back? And I'm like, oh, if you scan it with your phone, then they see my digital business card. It pops up on their phone. It says save contact, share contact information. And they just feel like it's so innovative and so dope. Like, some people feel like I invented it, especially the older clientele. They're like,
they be
I've
shocked.
never seen this before.
Yeah.
Which definitely makes you like stand above the rest, because a lot of people are not utilizing all facets and they're not appealing to all different types of clientele. Now, clearly, if somebody has a flip phone, if they have a flip phone, I'm not going to say, oh, okay, here, scan this. Like, it's kind of common sense when you change it. Versus if you give them their card, a lot of people, like when people give me their cards, it ends up either in my notary bag, my purse, at the bottom of something, unless there's somebody. And then it's a matter of remembering to save them into my phone. Now, not everybody's like me. There are some people that do their due diligence and they save people in their phone right away. I don't. You have to text me at least 30 times for me to save you in my phone, period. If I do not talk to you on a consistent basis, your number is not saved. That's just who I am as a person. It's really bad.
You're funny.
It's really bad. I'm not putting you in my phone. If you're saved in my phone and your name is there, then you're special. If it's not, I'm answering like hello, how can I help you? Like, no. But it definitely changes everything. So
having a business card is super important. The best part that I like about it, honestly, is, well, there's two things I like the most. One is that I can get an easy Google business review off of here. Because Google, thank you, Google, they have a link now. So if you want to share your link with somebody for them to leave a review, now I don't have to separately go into Google and say, oh, here's my site, here's this, leave a review here. When they scan that card, they will be able to have access to whatever they want. And that's because I'm allowing them. And then the other part I like, what was I going to say? Was it the forms of payment? So that to me is like the easiest thing, because I know when I first did my first like regular general notary work with somebody like local in my area, they were like, how do I pay you? And I'm thinking, oh, shoot. Like, I don't have my little square I bought and wasted money on. I lost my little square scanner thing. And I'm thinking, okay, I have a PayPal. I have Zelle through this bank. And I'm like, it flabbergasted me how I was not as organized as I thought I was. But having the digital business card, I don't have to explain anything. I can say, oh, just scan here. You'll see my links where you can pay with different forms of payment. So I have on mine, I have my PayPal, I have Venmo, I have Cash App. I don't think I've added Zelle, but I need to add Zelle. But you can add any form of payment that you have, any way that you receive money. So now you don't have to pull out this big old machine or, waste your money on a square card reader or anything like that, they can scan and literally pay you immediately, and you'll have that money in your bank account. So to me, those were the two most convenient things that I no longer had to worry, excuse me, or be confused about. Like when you scan the QR code, you have access to whatever it is you want. You can get on my website. You can save my number. It'll all be saved in your phone automatically anyway. I'm in your phone now. I'm there. You know what I'm saying? And like she said, when you want to update your website, or if you change your business number and you're using a different platform now, or, you know, if you change anything, your email contacts, all that stuff will be updated. And the person or anyone who has your digital business card will be notified that you've upgraded something on your digital business card as well. So it kind of reminds them of you in a sense, you know.
And the fact that you can make multiple business cards as well. You could have a personal one.
Yeah.
You can have your notary one. You can have your I sell cookies one, I sell t-shirts one, whatever your other hustles or business ventures are.
There's so many links you can add on your digital business card.
You can definitely change everything.
More than what I've ever seen, like on any other app. I'm like, whoa, they take this. You can put that link on there. You can put whatever you want. And then for your digital business card, if you're going to be showing this to people business-wise, like, please pick a good picture. This was taken from my iPhone. If you can't really tell, but this arm is holding the phone. Like, this is literally a selfie. I found some settings on YouTube, and I changed the settings of my phone to make it look nice and clear, and I literally posted that picture. She did the same thing with hers, I'm sure. Where did you take those pictures at?
With my phone. And then I went to Canva. I removed the background. And then I put my name next to it and the things that I wanted predominantly there with my little slogan. Because when you call my phone, my business line, it's always, let's make it official. So
it kind of rings the bell immediately.
Just more of the conversation piece, but something super simple.
That was a good little gem there that you related the way you answer the phone, and you put that also on your card. It kind of reminds them like, okay, this is the right person I'm talking to. I saw that statement on the card. So those little things like that can pin, how do I want to say this? It helps them remember you, basically. You're still referencing back to yourself over and over. It's all about branding. It all comes down to branding.
Yeah, you have to fully brand. So the way you answer your phone, your business line is everything. I have a dedicated business line, so when that phone rings, I know to answer the phone. We were actually in the middle of speaking yesterday, and I got a business call, and I'm like, hold on, and then it's signed by Dominique. Let's make it official. What can I notarize for you today? Because that's what I say every single time.
Yeah. I added that. You know what? That shut down a lot of conversation. You helped me. I told you. Had no idea. Months and months ago, I was like, you know what? When I answer the phone again, I'm going to say Lovelee Notary, but I'm going to say, what can I notarize for you today? And like, even today, the dude was like, oh, okay, so I'm trying to sell this boat. All right, bro, let's get to it. What's going on? How many documents? How many stamps do you know what I'm saying? It really shut it down, and we got right to business, which I love because I talk too much, as you can see now. But if I get lost in conversation and I'm not trying to make no money, it's a problem. So
that's the whole business aspect of it, is me being a New Yorker and coming to Texas, the way that people wanted to always talk, it really it like grossed me out. I hated it. It was like one of the hardest things. I felt like transitioning from being a New Yorker to Texas was the fact that the friendliness is disgusting. It's like really bad. The friendliness, if you're a New Yorker or if you live anywhere that's normal, when you go to the
South. Normal. That's
when you go to the South, it can be like, it can make your skin crawl after a while. Like, I was like, I used to say, signed by Dominique, let's make it official. How can I help you? And people be like, oh, well, how are you today? My dog stuffed his toe. I don't care about your dog. So then I was like, how can I shut it down, but professionally? Like, if I don't ask, don't
get right to the point.
So then that's when I came up with, what can I notarize for you today? And then now they're like, oh, well, I have, yes.
Thank you. Get right to it. Yes.
I don't care about your dog. I don't care about nothing. What are we talking about?
I said, this works, man. This really works. It's because, a lot of times it's the older people. I won't say that because I'm old. Older people calling, so they can talk all day. They ain't been talking to nobody anyway.
I
But
know.
yeah, when you shut that down and you just like, what can I notarize for you today? It's like, oh, okay, let's get to the point. I ain't gonna tell you about the rain and the weather and all of that going on and spring break and all
But
of
you know,
that. The
like
kids are
small talk
crazy.
is a part of business. But that's like while you're after you secure the appointment. Don't talk to me about the trees, the
Yeah.
birds, and the bees until after
To
you
waste
pay me
my
my money.
time for
Like
you to go
that's
somewhere
it.
else.
Yeah, that now that's good for tips. Is
Yeah.
like, the
Oh
extra
yeah.
conversation.
It is good for tips though.
But you definitely have to like see where you're at in your business and what you now if you were somebody who like has all that time to stay on the phone with people when your business is busy, your phone time, it's important to keep your phone time down.
Yeah.
Why? Because nobody's going to be like, hold on, please hold,
Mm-hmm.
and then stay on hold. You already lost that. They're calling the next one.
Yeah.
Okay. So in order to expedite your phone conversations for business, you want to make sure that you have a clear, elaborate greeting when they call and you're answering the questions. That way, if another call comes in, you're able to already secure that.
Right.
Right? Then the only thing you have to do is send your invoice, whatever, if you
Mm-hmm.
are a prepaid notary. And then, yes, I can see you, Veronica. And then when you go in, where was I? Where was I? I lost myself. I was
You,
somewhere.
I'm lost too.
I lost myself. When you have a clear, elaborate, so then once your phone time is down, all you have left to do is invoice them. You get another call. Then you're able to then establish that next appointment. And
Right.
that's how you get it moving and grooving and for it to be consistent. No, don't apologize. It's not you. It's me. I got sidetracked. My mind is everywhere. I'm like watching the
Ah!
clock. I'm watching the comments. I'm
The
here.
butter
I'm
which said that's
working.
what y'all get talking about old folk. I said I'm
She started
old.
talking about the old ones. I was talking about everybody in the South.
I'm happy with my oldness, all right? I'm 37. I'm happy with that. And when I'm 87, I'm going to be even happier because I'm going to be walking around naked all the time. Anyways.
I can't
Hey,
wait. I
Natanya.
can't wait. I can't wait.
I can and I can't. Because don't put me in
I
a nursing
can't
home.
wait.
They not going to like me. I'm going to be bad. I'm going to be real
No,
bad.
I have one child that's not going to put me in a nursing home. The other two, that's why they're
Confirmed?
not a part of the will. I have one that I know will take care of me.
There are no limits to how much contact.
Girl, you sound like my mom. Well, I know 2 out of 4 of them ain't going to put me in the nursing home.
I know.
I don't. You
I only
speak
got
on
like
that, girl.
one. I know that like my youngest and my youngest stepson, I know him and my youngest, they won't put me in a nursing home. They love me too much.
I
Now
think my
my
kids are
oldest,
so young and innocent still that they're not going to do it now. At 6 and 12 now, no, but that can change. That
no,
can
I
easily
just know.
change.
See, those two are my ride or dies. My two littles, those are my
Mm-hmm.
ride or dies. The
Yeah.
other ones, sometimes they like me, sometimes they don't. Sorry. My middle child is a little iffy. Still trying to feel that one out.
Okay.
Listen, you only have 2 kids. Once you get to 3, you have to realize there's always
Oh,
going to
I
be one
know.
iffy child.
I know. That's
3 and
why I
up,
stopped.
there's always going to be an iffy one. There's one that stands out and you be like, you a op. I'm telling you.
Put something in the chat if you have a digital business card. If you do, put the name of it in there.
Yes. What
If you
digital
don't,
business card ventures do you guys use? What type of platforms do you use? Is that something that you're utilizing currently?
yeah, I used to use Popl, Popl, and I only used them because they had offered like a brand ambassador type thing. So I was really more so doing it just to get commission off of sales. But once I did get into HiHello, I was like, man, Popl tripping because with Popl, you have to pay every month. I think $5 or $10, but the stuff that you get for free with HiHello, you're paying for with Popl. And I was like, this is dumb. Why are they making me pay? And I always felt like, why am I paying $5 a month for this? And sure enough, I canceled it eventually. But you can also, some people put like the little pop-it things on their phone cases, or sometimes you can even buy like stickers and stuff with your QR code on them as well.
Yeah, but you could buy the stickers off Amazon, and then as soon as somebody rubs their phone over it, you could do that. You could have those. Those stickers are very, very cheap. You can honestly create your own venue with all of that stuff.
Yeah, you can.
But even with your digital business card QR code, I am the queen of car magnets. Like, they are my signature. Like, because curiosity kills the cat. So, like, originally, building my business was like primarily like super built on my car magnets, because people were very curious
Chasing you
as
down.
to when they would go. I would be food shopping, and then I would get a notification on your website, on a notification, new subscriber,
That's
blah, 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 blah.
crazy. That's
And
good
it's
though, but
like,
it's crazy.
it's curiosity killed the cat. And it's like, okay, so the analytics on my digital business card definitely went so much higher, just because, and my website traction, just because of the QR code that I utilized.
And it all falls back to SEO value too.
Yes. And then they
It helps
start
out a
like
lot.
looking you up in a different aspect, and it becomes so serious. And it was so funny because yesterday, something happened. I had to meet with one of my brother's colleagues, and they were like, "Oh, so what do you do?" And I was like, "Oh, because we had just finished a live," and I was like, "Yeah, I'm an online worker," and automatically they were like,
"An online what did you say?"
Worker. I don't know why that came out, because we just finished live, and I was like, "Yeah, I'm an online."
Like,
And
you
then they were
work for the
looking at me
online?
funny,
What?
like,
What you doing with the online?
like, what you doing? I was like,
Yeah.
oh, well, not that, because I'm shaped like a Lego, but
Not the Fashion Nova type.
I was
Yeah,
like,
I'm too flat on the back. They're
I
gonna
was
be like,
live,
girl, you
and it
need
was
some
work.
surgery. Some
It felt
butt
like
pads or
work.
something.
I was live online, but not like that. It was notary stuff. Like,
Right.
you got to really be like careful around here, because I was
Specific.
like, that first impression was very awkward. Very, very awkward.
I'm an online worker.
I'm an online worker. I was just working online.
That sounds horrible. That sounds like a very bad job.
It
For you to not
does.
even talk about what the online work is, to say
I
online
didn't.
worker, that
I
sounds like an
didn't for the
Amazon
life of me,
warehouse
because I
job or
was so
something.
tired. I was so tired. And then when they were like, I was like, why they? And then it just like hit me. I was like, I know what I said. Let me fix it. Hold on. Let me elaborate.
Now you look sketchy.
True. But, and then for those of y'all who are not aware, as far as sending your digital business card to anybody is super, super seamless. So even with your like Google review link, there's a link to where you can attach your digital business card at the bottom of emails, in text messages, with follow-ups of clients and everything else. So it's not always a QR code. Some people prefer a clickable link. A lot of people aren't going to pull out their phone and go over QR codes, because they might be tired of that. Everybody knows, like, since COVID, there's some restaurants you go in and it's like, scan here for the menu.
No menu,
Not everybody
bro.
wants to do that. I hate that. I hate it.
But then I get mad when I get a sticky menu. I'm like, this thing it's not even dry.
Yes.
They didn't even dry the menu.
And it's like, you can't win. Like, I'm just like, what is happening?
Because your kids don't have menus. So what you got to do, look up the kids menu on your phone, and all right,
and then
you
pass
want
it
chicken
around.
or...
Yeah, it's a lot. And then you could post a link. So like, a lot of you guys who don't have links in bios, your digital business card could be your link in bio. Why?
Yeah.
Because you could put whatever links on there that you want.
Everything will be there.
So it makes it super, super, super simple.
I went to
what else? I feel like we went over everything, right? Or am I missing
We're
stuff?
just talking about extra stuff now, really. I went to my son's he had a school, I think he was graduating from like 5th grade, graduating from elementary school. And so when we went in to sit down, you know, I didn't see a program or nothing, right? Because you want to see your kid's name, right? You want to look it up, like, oh, my baby got the honors and all. And they were in the middle of, I think right before they started, they were like, okay, parents, if you want a program or a copy of the program, we have a picture on this wall, a picture on that wall, scan the QR code. Do you know? I was like, I can't keep this in like a keepsake, and like, you know, it was like they robbed me of my experience. You know what I'm saying? But that's the world we live in. Like, they say the school saved paper. They saved a lot of time, and a lot of parents were standing in line trying to scan the QR code. Why they looking at us crazy? So, those kind of things are becoming the norm. You know what I'm saying? So QR code, always have that. Always have a digital business card for sure. I think to me, it's easier to have a digital business card than a physical one. Even though I still have the physical ones, some people they like the standards of that. They just like it that way. But make sure you're putting that QR code on your business card. Wherever you're promoting your business, you need to have a QR code attached to it. Like she said, email signatures. I now have one on my email signature as well. I used to not have one. I will just have like my name, just a little bit of contact information. That was it. But what hhow does is when you attach your email signature, it puts your profile picture on it. It makes it look super nice and professional. You don't have to do anything but just paste the link. And every time you send out an email, now you have this professional business card, digital business card, where if they are curious and they get to see what you look like, hey, then they can click and find out whatever else they want to find out. Oh, let me go to her website. Oh, well, let me see what type of payments does she take. Oh, let me see her social media stuff.
And it also helps as you're growing your business for people when you're leading them to your website. And the box that pops up, like subscribe to us. Mm-hmm. That's how you build your email list.
Oh, yeah, true. Very, very, very
So
true.
you just have so many different options.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, offering options is good, especially in the notary world. And I don't like to say, I'm not going to say, sorry, Buttered Whisk. I can't think of her name now. But I don't mean the same thing mean about older people. But, I mean, my parents
the old and dry stamp.
Some of the stuff. No, yeah, the old and dry stamp, too, on Facebook. But those are the people who usually don't want to scan a QR code. Or like Dominique had an experience where it was like, oh, this is cool. Like, everybody's not going to react that way. So keep your options open. But keep that QR code everywhere, because if you are dealing with an older client who may not be familiar with it or understand, they got grandkids, they got nieces and nephews that come around. They may see it laying around and be like, what is this? Oh, I'm supposed to, this is for this is for that. You know what I mean? So you never really know who will see your QR code as soon as you start to place it everywhere. But that is like the easiest form of marketing that there is. I even see little picket signs like in the yard and in like at stop signs or at major intersections, and it'll be a QR code with nothing else. And I'm like dying inside, but then I'm like, is it a scam? Is it is it something it's something I need to know? So, I mean, that's becoming the norm. That's just exactly what it is. Even when you order online now, sometimes they want you to scan a QR code from the Google My Business page. It just is what it is. But if you're looking for convenience, if you're looking to make your business look professional and have a high standard to it, having a digital business card is essential. That is the first thing we preach. Aside from Google My Business, you need to have a digital business card. You just do. And it's not just for your notary side. You can have a personal one, or you can make as many cards as you want. I don't even utilize my personal one. But I do know when people who have exchanged their business cards with me, the digital ones, I know when they've updated information, because it lets me know every single time someone has updated a phone number, a website, or whatever it is that they put on their digital business card. Did y'all have any questions? Tomorrow is what? I'm really bad. I haven't remembered all of these. Tomorrow...
The Notary Trap House. Tomorrow we're going over notarial corrections and business foundation.
So yeah, tomorrow make sure you tune in as well. We're going to be talking about notarial corrections, and we're going to give a good example of what to do, what not to do. This is very essential in running a notary business. If you make a mistake, and I've been to a couple of online conferences, if you will, or just heard people speak and from different platforms like signing agency platforms. And a lot of the CEOs have said the same thing. Like, we know you're going to make a mistake. Of course, we would love if you didn't. But if you make a mistake, you need to know how to fix it. He said, if you don't fix the mistake, that is when the anger begins, the blacklisting begins. You have to know how to correct anything you have. I made a mistake on a legal document for somebody, and I don't know if I have nice handwriting, but when the guy from the signing company called me back, he was like, excellent job. And I'm thinking, I had to correct something on there. I had to cross something out and rewrite. And he was like, excellent job. And I'm like, thanks. I said, I thought I had a correction I had fixed on there. And he was like, no, the way you fixed the correction and the way you just kept it simple and you didn't have to explain. And I'm thinking, what are people doing when they're making corrections? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, what are they doing? Because it's easy, and it's not a correction that he had to come back and tell me. I just wrote the wrong month in, so I had to cross the month out, rewrite the right one, initial date, and that was it. And I didn't have it all over the page. I kept it nice and in a small space, and he was just appreciative that I made a correction. So you will make mistakes, and if you do, you just need to know how to correct them.
My babe is gonna do my trap appointment for me.
He's there?
Yeah.
Why he at home? Hold on, wait. They don't have spring break. Engineers don't get spring breaks. Y'all got to keep building and using your brain. And
we are building, but I was stressed out. So
I'm
my
excited
Snoopy.
for you, girl. You know what? I need to come by there. You need to invite me over there, and I'm gonna come by there and look at their garage, and I'm gonna build you a shelf.
I'm excited about all the stuff that we were talking about because we were.
So you don't want to build you a shelf? You just like went over my
You
shelf.
could build me a shelf. Bye, y'all. We're going to IG.